Okay, so book recap on chapters 15 through 20. So these chapters really spoke to me and touched me. So let me recap some of my notes, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Okay, so chapter 15. I'm not bound to win. I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed. I'm bound to live up to the light that I have. And I love that because it takes off all pressure to always have to be the best or to win or to whatever our idea of success is. Like, you may or may not win. You may or may not have success. But I think that this, as long as you do what you know is right and you spread your light and you do what you are called to do, that's the best that you can do. Gallup poll, 22 million negative workers costing us $300 billion in production every year. Kills productivity and companies, people, self-doubt, negativity, fear, hopelessness. Energy drains you and sabotages everything. Don't waste your energy on those who don't get on your bus. Maybe if they got on your bus, it would ruin your ride. Don't take it personally. Maybe they are meant for another bus. The more energy you spend worrying about people who don't get on your bus, the less energy you have to give the people on your bus. That's huge. The people we surround ourselves with have a big influence on the life and success we create. If you want to be successful, you have to be very careful who's on your bus. No energy vampires on your bus will only tolerate a positive, supportive team. If you're not going to be positive and contribute to our vision, you're off. You have to give people a chance to change. If they don't, kick them off your bus. Your positive energy and vision must be greater than anyone and everyone else's negativity. Your certainty must be greater than everyone's doubt. There will be people who don't want you to succeed because it makes them see their own weakness and failures. Positive energy is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Hey, Amy, good morning. Okay, so my thoughts on this, like there were so many like personal things that came up reading these chapters. So first of all, don't waste your energy on those who don't get on your bus. Maybe if they got on your bus, they'd ruin your ride, and don't take it personally. Maybe they're supposed to be on another bus. So, y'all, this brought up a lot of emotions for me when I was reading it because I don't know what you know about my past with boot camp and how it all came into fruition, but it started in my backyard, and I trained people for free in my backyard who were on my Advocare team and who wanted to change their health through nutrition. So I trained people for free. And then from my backyard, it moved to my front yard. From my front yard, it moved to City Park. From City Park, it moved to the lakefront. And from it was just trying to find the perfect spot, and I love the lakefront, but it was time for me to grow. There were things that were holding me back at the lakefront. I knew that I could help so many more people. I knew that I could provide such a better environment, and I had this huge vision for what I wanted boot camp to be, and so it took a huge leap of faith and a huge trust in God and myself for me to move into our first actual gym location on Zenith. And so when I did that, I took on a lot of overhead. So, not right away, I was not going to be making money, which was a huge, scary thought, because how could I possibly take care of my children and my family and pay our bills if I knew going into this that I was already creating a deficit? And so I approached my boot campers, and I let them know, and I shared my vision. I invited people to come on this bus with me, and what I was so excited about was not completely well taken. A lot of people loved boot camp at the lakefront, and they weren't ready for that change, or they didn't want that change. And so when I moved from the lakefront to Zenith, we had at that time, I was so excited because I had to cap boot camp out at the lakefront. At one point, we had almost 40 people working out or signing up for these 6-week boot camps. And when I moved into Zenith, we had 11 people come with us. And that was so scary. I was like, did I do the right thing? Of course, I questioned everything. Like, what the hell am I doing? I'm in this lease for a year. What if nobody else comes? Like, I cannot believe that this happened. But I had to sit back and take a deep breath in and trust myself and trust my vision and trust God that I was doing the right steps, because it ultimately felt right. When I wasn't focused on everyone who had negative things to say about my move and negative things to say or on social media. It happened. My boot campers, some of them, it happened. Not all of them. Some people just didn't make the move because it didn't fit in. You know, whatever. It didn't fit in their schedule. I am not knocking everyone who didn't make the move with me. I'm saying that out of the group, there were a few who were these energy vampires, and who a couple of them went to social media, and when they joined a new fitness routine said things like, finally, a good workout. And I'm like, so this message spoke to me, because that was something that I had to teach myself, is to not take it personally, that for whatever reason people were not on this bus with me and maybe had some negative things to say, but that was not for me to worry about, because every single minute that I worried about that, I wasn't focused on the 11 people who had faith in me and who trusted me and who believed in me and who saw what I saw and knew that this vision that I had was going to be freaking awesome. And they came with me. And so I talked to Ryan about it, and he kind of said the same thing. Like, where was the one it said, there will be people who don't want you to succeed because it makes them see their weakness and failures. Ryan said that to me a long time ago, and I was like, that's not true. Like, why would anyone not want someone else to succeed? I don't get it. And, you know, I've seen it in boot camp with other people who have started working out and getting healthy and changing their lifestyle, and they're happier because they're eating better and working out. And they have lost friends because of it, and it's mind-boggling to me. And I don't think that anyone intentionally does not want to be friends with someone else because they're getting healthy. I think what it does is it brings out their own insecurities and their own shortcomings, and they think that, oh, well, like, and they might not even consciously know that this is the message that's going on in their head, but they might be like, you know, well, if my best friend did it, and she just lost all this weight because she's eating better and she's treating her body better and she's working out more, well, that means that I can do it. And if I'm not doing it, it means that I'm just choosing not to do it, and I'm being lazy. And so I think that there were so many messages in this book that hit home for me. And so over the years, my friendships have evolved and changed, and I've lost a handful of friends along the way. And I think that it was just friendships that were for a season of my life and for a reason, you know, to teach me something. And so I used to be upset about it, but I'm not anymore. I'm excited for all the memories that I've made with certain friends that aren't in my life anymore. And I'm even more excited to be surrounded by so many positive people who do have a positive, huge influence on my life, and who believe in me and breathe life into me, and they believe in my goals. And that translate into such huge positivity. And I know that my mindset now is so much stronger, and it's so much more positive, and I crave being a positive person. So anytime that I'm put into a stressful or a challenging role or situation, or there's conflict, I always try and just take a deep breath in and like take a step back and think about the best and the positive way, or even put myself into that person's shoes and like, well, where could they possibly be coming from? Like, maybe their mindset is coming from this place where they can't see what I see, and I'm having trouble seeing what they're seeing. You know, we all go through life with different filters on, and that's the way we see life, through these different situations. And so anyway, I love these chapters. I love this book, but these chapters really hit home for me. Your positive energy and vision must be greater than anyone and everyone else's negativity. Your certainty must be greater than anyone and everyone's doubt. And this is for whatever goals you have in life, whether it's just to be a happy person and enjoy your life, or you have a vision of creating your own business. There's always going to be energy vampires. There's always going to be naysayers and people who have negative energy, and it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with me. You know, and I think that when we start changing our mindset to see that, life gets so much easier to know that whatever someone else's negativity is, it has nothing to do with us. It's maybe some baggage they picked up somewhere else, or a filter that they're seeing life through somewhere else. Last note. I read a book, oh my gosh, can't even think of the book right now. But it was, the message that I picked up from it was like, when people go through their day, like say someone's having a bad day and you meet up with them through traffic. Like you're merging on the interstate, or they're merging on the interstate, and they like say they don't want to let you over, and they're like honking their horn, really mean, and have this like negative energy. They don't want to let you over, even though that's part of traffic, and at some point they are going to have to be let over in a lane also. You know, I use that because it happens so many times that I see people, they're just like in these negative, like terrible moods on the interstate, and like they don't want to let me over. And the way that we can look at this is two ways. Is we can give them the finger or the finger. So you can say, you know, like, okay, something happened with them. Clearly this is not about like just letting me merge in traffic. I am going to end this negative energy cycle right now, and I'm just gonna, you know, I'll get over at a different spot, smile, let it grease my shoulders, like let it roll off, and I'm not gonna let this affect me for the rest of the day. Or you can use a different finger other than this one and have that negative mentality, like, you know, screw you, I'm getting over, force yourself into the line, have this battle about getting into the traffic, take on their negative energy, and then probably what will happen is, instead of it ending right there and you letting it ride, is the next time that you encounter someone, you'll probably take that negative energy of that bad experience you had in traffic and pass it on to someone else. And so I like to think of it as like I'm ending the cycle, and I'm going to take a deep breath in and let it all go, and I'm not going to let that person's energy transfer further into the future at all. I'm going to end it right there. Whatever happened with them stops and ends with them. I'm going to continue to spread my light and my positivity. So, anyway, that's my recap on these chapters. I did finish. So, I hope that you are enjoying this book. I know that so many of you already finished it. Jennifer got it Monday and already finished it. She was like, how is it possible that you're not done this book? I'm like, well, I'm just trying to like hold back and not read ahead. That way we could do the recap together and stay on track. But I'm really excited about reading this book. It was a powerful book. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Have a good time. And spread your light. Love ya.